For it to count, it has to be postmarked by tomorrow. You can drop it off at any vote center instead of the post office. Election officials also say you are allowed to only vote for the races that matter to you, and you can technically leave the others blank.
Makes it convenient, makes it easy to vote. You come on down, and we will get you a ballot here that you can either take with you to go vote still or come in and vote in person here in the center.
And if you need a replacement ballot or need to register, you can still do so at that vote center through tomorrow. The polls close at 8 p.m., but if you are in line by 8 p.m., by law, you will be allowed to vote. It's not just county election offices serving as ballot drop sites. Your favorite lunch spot or market might also have a drop box. As KCRA3's Melanie Wingo shows us, some non-traditional locations have become ballot drop sites in recent years.
Well, you might think of official drop sites for ballots being at a community center or a library, but as evidenced by where we are today, the KP International Market in Rancho Cordova, official ballot drop boxes are located across Northern California. Take a look at your screen. Here are some of the other drop sites in our area. In Stanislaus County, there's a ballot drop box at Home Sweet Home Furniture in Modesto, the Save Mart store in Turlock, and several Save Mart sites in Stanislaus County have ballot drop boxes. Also, 2 Postal Connection stores in Modesto have them. Then in San Joaquin County, just some of the ballot drop sites include Viaggio Estate and Winery in Acampo, Lodi Grape Festival Grounds in Lodi, the Circle K store in Farmington, and the Four Corners Restaurant in Tracy. Then in Placer County, you'll find ballot drop boxes at the Nugget Markets in Roseville, the Santucci Justice Center also in Roseville, and new this year, the Truckee Tahoe Airport in Truckee has a ballot drop box site.
It's really convenient, you know, it's just right down the block, come over here and put it in the box, and that's it.
And then back out here in Sacramento County, we have noticed ballot drop box sites are at some sports clubs. We've also noticed one at an auto repair center. That's according to the Sacramento County Elections website. So basically, wherever your day takes you, you could find a ballot drop box. Just check the county election site near you. Reporting from Rancho Cordova, Melanie Wingo, KCRA 3 News.
And on the last official day of the 2024 presidential campaign, both Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Trump are holding several rallies in key swing states as they try to win the White House. One of the most pivotal states is Pennsylvania. NBC's Jay Gray is in Bucks County outside of Philadelphia with the latest.
Well, just one day left of campaigning before Election Day, and much of the focus will be right here in Pennsylvania. We are in Doylestown, that's in Bucks County, one that is decidedly split between Republicans and Democrats, like so many across this state, one of a handful, maybe a half dozen swing states, which will be the focus on this final day of campaigning for both of the candidates. Vice President Harris will spend her entire day in Pennsylvania, crisscrossing the state. She'll bring along some of her high-profile supporters for rallies across this state, and former President Trump will be here for a majority of the day as well. He, too, bringing along many of his supporters for those rallies. He will also visit the swing states of North Carolina and Michigan before wrapping things up and heading back to Florida. As for Vice President Harris, she'll go back to D.C., and they will both watch the results come in tomorrow. Now, there's concern that in some of the states, including here in Pennsylvania, those results may not be ready for at least a couple of days. You may remember 4 years ago, it wasn't until the weekend that we knew Joe Biden had won Pennsylvania. They do tell us, officials here in Pennsylvania, they believe they've got the process that has been stepped up. It will be a bit quicker at this point, maybe a day or so after the voting. They will know a winner here, and they will need to know because the last NBC News nationwide poll of voters shows it split right down the middle. 49% supporting Harris, 49% supporting Trump, and 2% that are left. That's what they're fighting for as they wrap up the campaign. That's the latest from here in Doylestown. I'm Jay Gray, NBC News.
Former President Trump kicked off his last day on the campaign trail in North Carolina, as you heard, and he spoke at a rally in Raleigh this morning. He urged his supporters to get out and vote, saying that the race was, quote, ours to lose. So the former president also announced a new proposal that would impose a tariff on all goods imported from Mexico.
If they don't stop this onslaught of criminals and drugs coming into our country, I'm going to immediately impose a 25% tariff on everything they send in to the United States of America. And the reason I delayed that is you're the first ones I've told it to. Congratulations, North Carolina.
Trump's last day of campaigning before the election, it's a busy one with more rallies planned in Pennsylvania and Michigan. In the meantime, Vice President Kamala Harris said that she's feeling good when asked this morning as she was heading to Scranton, Pennsylvania for her first campaign stop of the day. There she is. She didn't answer on if she's confident that she's going to win. She just boarded the plane in Detroit, Michigan with a wave there. On her last day of campaigning, the vice president is making several stops in Pennsylvania. Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger provided a final Election Day preview this morning at the state capitol in Atlanta.
Our systems are secure and our people are ready. Your local election officials will work around the clock tomorrow to ensure everything runs smoothly. If you're one of the 4 million voters who have voted early, congratulations. You have made history. But you've also dispelled Stacey Abrams' false narrative that it's hard to vote here in Georgia.
The final pre-election day overview comes after the decision by some counties to open election offices and accept hand-returned absentee ballots after Friday's end of the early voting period. We've got more on the election on the Case Area 3 app. Our voter guide has information about the propositions on the ballot.